It's called a life-changing day. The day you say, enough is enough.
Change happens when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of making a change.
I've spent a lot of time in my life sitting around wanting things to change and not being able to make them change and not thinking I could.
People get up every day, they do the same thing. They tell themselves they're going to change their life one day, and they never do. I'm going to change mine.
I will. Benjamin Disraeli once said, nothing can resist a human will that will stake even its existence on the extent of its purpose. Shortly put, I'll do it or die. See, that's powerful.
I can't change the beginning, but could I change the middle? Can I edit that story, rewrite that story, and change my entire life?
How much longer are you going to avoid what you are capable of doing in order to continue with what you are comfortable doing? And I just let that sit. And then let them reflect on that question. Because it could be the very thing they need to realize it's them stopping them.
We all get wake-up calls. We get wake-up calls in our relationships, our spiritual walk, our leadership styles. We get wake-up calls in our finances. And some people, the phone's ringing off the hook right now. They're getting wake-up calls on a bunch of things. They're at home with their family, and they're starting to realize, I was disconnected from my family. I haven't been plugged in. They got a wake-up call on their relationships at home. They've gotten a wake-up call on, I don't have any savings, and I'm deeply in debt. This isn't working. And so, the cool thing is, when you get the call, then you have to make the choice. Are you going to answer the phone? And if you pick the phone up, that means, baby, it's time to change. Are you going to answer the phone? Are you going to change your life where you say, never again?
Ask the question when you're thinking big. Why not you? And answer it. I'm not just doing this motivational video. Why not you? Why shouldn't you win? No, forget motivational. Let's get logical. Why not you? Actually answer that. Why can't you be somebody that can do something in your business that's never been done before? Why not you? Answer it.
My very last question on the questions to ponder is, why not now?
Do people have a feeling that they can change, but they have no effort? They don't want to get in the game because they feel it's just too much time and it doesn't work, and I tried it and it didn't work, and then they give up, and then life just goes on. It's seamless. You don't see it. It's just the way you've been living it.
If you're about to make a change in your life and you feel uncomfortable, that's the best feeling you can have. Because for the first time in your life, you're making a decision that's going to be best for you.
When every boy realizes no one's coming to save him, and that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever. That guy was you that said that. And it's important when we step out of this. Like, this stuff matters because no one's effing coming to save you. No one's going to make you better at your business. No one is going to get you to be a better persuader of people or framer of people other than you.
And there are those of you in this room, you are great. You are phenomenal, and you're not walking in it because you don't know who you are and what you want.
Man, most people struggle their whole life to find out who they are. Struggle their whole life to find out what defines them, what they actually enjoy and what they don't.
You only live once, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances.
I really don't have regrets. I am a person that says, as soon as you look back in your history and you come up with something that you feel like you want to change, something else has to change. So once again, that's the same analogy. Disappointment to me, to win, you got to lose. To be successful, you got to have something that's not successful.
Life is difficult. It's like, well, what if you were 90% in, or 95% in, or all in? Because you're all in anyways, right? It's a life and death game. No one gets out of this. Everyone dies. You might as well commit yourself.
You know what? You can't fail. You can't. And change the things you want to change about yourself. Change them. I know it's hard. Am I perfect? Of course not. Do I f up? Absolutely. I'm just a work in progress like everybody else. But the idea is to try to not mess up more than you do good. You mess up once a week, you go back on your strict diet, or you go back on your auditioning and your technique. That's the idea. But when you mess up a lot and you're only good half hour out of the day, that's not going to work.
When you think about changing your life, the experience can be overwhelming, because what comes to mind is this idea that we have to make drastic changes to our current situation in order to get anywhere close to where we want to be. The truth is, all it takes are small changes. Small habits applied on a consistent basis help us to achieve big results in life. There is no such thing as an overnight success, only over time success.
And the top 5% are very clear about where it is they're going and what it is they want to accomplish. And when I look at unsuccessful men and women, or men and women who seem to be unhappy and floundering, I find that almost invariably they have a very, very limited sense of direction, sometimes no sense of direction at all. You see, we as human beings are goal-seeking organisms. We only function at our very best when we're working toward accomplishing something that is important to us. And in my estimation, 80 to 90% of all the unhappiness, hostility, violence, psychosomatic illness, alcoholism, drug addiction, and so on in our society is caused by people having no sense of direction. They don't know where they're going.
You know, the worst thing you could ever do is if you're pursuing the wrong dream, or if your dream changes and you don't change with it.
I want to see what happens when I decide that I am qualified. What happens when I decide for myself that I'm going to do something different?
What do you want in your life? Now, if you understand this principle is terribly important. You can be the most talented, the smartest, the best educated person with the most valuable contacts and all the advantages in life. But if you are not focused, it doesn't do you any good at all. I wrote in an article for the Wall Street Journal that if you do not have clear, specific goals for your life, you are doomed forever to work for people who do. And that seems to be the case. And yet only 5% of people have goals. So the key starting point with regard to clarity is to know where it is you're going and what it is you want to be and what it is you want to have and what it is you want to do. Because in America, in the most blessed society in all of human history, you can have anything in the world that you want if you can decide what it is that you want.
Listen up. Today isn't just another day. It's a chance to break limits. Stop waiting for permission. Stop second-guessing yourself. The opportunity is right in front of you. Take it, own it, and don't look back. Because legends are built, one bold move at a time.
Everybody gets one chance to do something great. Most people never take the chance, either because they're too scared or they don't recognize it when it spits on their shoes. This is your big chance, and you shouldn't let it go by.
This 30 seconds is your life passing you by, an opportunity to change. It's your prerogative. Do you want to go down the path you have right now of your life and where it's going? Or do you see an alternate path that's not flat line, but climbing up an echelon of remembrance, a possibility where dreams exist, legacy exists, the possibility of change? So within the grasp of these hands, within the grasp of 30 seconds, it's within you. You had the will. You're here. I know you had the will. You had the intestinal fortitude. You had the want of change.
Man, like, you think you got so much time, man. Like, you think you got so much time. You know what I'm saying? Just in life. My life changed September 9th. When I woke up September 10th, my perspective was totally different about the entity of life.
Yes, sir.
The sense of urgency that life gave me that next morning. Not that I woke up and I was rushing everything, but I woke up knowing that, man, can change pretty quick. Like, you could wake up on top of the world, you can go to sleep and wake up and the world could be on top of your ass and you could have no control over it. Right? Like, that's just how life works. And so we think as if we have time. Like, one of the first things she said was, man, I thought we had a little more time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you got time, man.
Not that you need to rush your life, but you think you got time. Make that call, man. Like you think you got time. Write that letter. You think you got time. Go see that person. You think you got time. We just treat life as if it's promised to us. It's not.
My biggest fear in life is if there is a final judgment and you talk to something much bigger than you. I don't want to sit down and have a conversation with something that says, you're in heaven, this is what you should have been on earth. Thinking about how much I left on the table for fear, for not willing to go over the wall and over the next wall and over the next wall. So in my mind, I believe that.
It's this moment where I look back and then I was like, wait, as humans, I've realized like we all have these reservoirs of this untapped potential inside of us and can achieve these extraordinary things when we're focused, when we shine positivity and light, when we lean into those that we love and uplift and co-create together.
What's amazing about the human mind is that it becomes your new norm. Like to think that I can run 200 miles, 240 miles, and that becomes like running 50. I never thought that was possible. This is why I'm always pushing that limit, because I know that within pushing these limits, there's always more. So I end up doing like almost like back-to-back 200-mile runs.
But sooner or later, it's something that's inside of you just has to want it.
But you have a choice to make. Do you want to sit down and go back to that guy you once were? No. So this is what it takes. It takes that misunderstanding of people, and they'll never get it because they were never David Goggins. So that is what it takes for me to do what I do. It may take you something differently. If you don't have a little flame, you know, just barely, you're done. I can't light it for you. And that's the harsh reality of this life that I want to get across so fucking bad. You can watch me, you can watch you, you can watch Rogan and Cameron Haynes, all these motherfuckers, do all this, do all this. If you could keep going back and keep spending money and spending money and spending money with no results, you can wonder, wow, maybe let me go try out David Goggins. He ain't gonna help you. You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want out of life? Your friend, and a lot of people out here just don't want it. So guess what? Have fun with your life.
And for many of you, this is your chance. This is your shot. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your opportunity. This is your place.
The biggest thing you have to do is shut off technology. You have to go dark. And what I mean by that is you have to be quiet in your mind. Get away from people. We love being around people. We love talking. We love parties. We love all that shit. It's okay to be alone. It's also okay to be unhappy. It's okay to be unhappy sometimes, man. It's okay to say, you know what, man, I'm fucked up. So you gotta go to the truth first. Who are you? Get really accountable and say, okay, who am I? What's the truth about me? Get to that dark place in your mind. Figure out, it may take months, it may take years. Figure out your purpose. Figure out what you want to be in life. And then from there, okay, I have my purpose. It may take a long time. No one knows their purpose because it's too loud. Find your purpose. From there, all right, you gotta start planning. People love the planning phase because it's very comfortable. And then from the planning phase, you gotta go to execution. So the execution phase where we all hate, because that's where the real work begins, and that's when the failure happens, and the failure. So, but you know, that's kind of how you have to do it.
Nobody knows but you. You can't get advice on what you should do with your life, right? Nobody knows what you are.
The one thing that made me who I am today is being vulnerable. It's breaking myself down to the absolute rock bottom and being able to tell people who I am. And that's how I fixed it. Literally, you know, life created this person, me. Life created me to be this fucking person that I was back in the day. And I had to realize, man, that's okay, man. It's not my fault. Now I gotta go back and fix this shit. You have to go back to where the shit started, wherever that place is for everybody, and have the courage to go back there and start fixing what broke you. And that's why I was like, hey, I'm gonna go back and fix this though.
You gotta be honest with yourself
100%
about where you're at.
Believe
in yourself. Don't fear failure.